workout yesterday.
Shut up.
You had to know
I
this
knew
was
this
coming.
was I
like how you grab your water bottle. You're like, I'm gonna flex.
The shirt's a little tight.
No, it looks good.
Well,
you look like you just went to the
Thank
gym.
you. It's tighter than I'm.
My shirt is a little
comfortable.
tighter.
Well, that's why mine's
Let me suck
tighter,
in
too.
here.
That's why mine's tighter too. Is not in the gym, but I could do one of these like scratch the head right. You know, I'm just
Yeah, you're like, is it this way?
it's good. It
Hey,
is
let's
tight.
talk-
And
I was
I'm
gonna say-
very very self conscious.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the great
It's
little.
too much.
This
It's
is
too much.
this is really good. Let's just dive in. How to get along with parents who
I can't put more.
who don't like it. I saw some funny. Never mind. We're gonna stay on track here.
Here's the deal. This is
5
very,
minutes?
This is very real.
Terrence
just
is
goes
already
for 5
telling
minutes.
us that our time is
Here's
over.
the deal for me. This one is real.
Yeah.
Because and listen, it's okay to say this. I've been doing youth ministry at our church for 14 years.
Yeah.
And I can think of a handful of parents who, for whatever reason, they just didn't like me. One family in particular,
Yeah.
I've had their daughters, like, our paths have crossed several different times in discipleship Sunday morning. They don't like me.
That's
And
crazy.
so I've had to come to and I'm sure, you know what? I bet there's other people in that same situation.
Yeah.
That
For
for
sure.
whatever reason, you're doing ministry in a local church context, and they're just those parents. I mean, I can see them right now.
Yeah. The for me, being a parent now of
Yeah.
2 teenagers,
Yeah.
and then being on the other side of youth ministry, like this is something I'm pretty passionate about.
Yeah.
It's just the parent
Yeah.
side. For one, being a parent, but then being in youth ministry. I mean, I frequently say, this is funny. That's a phrase that we laugh
we
about
laugh about.
often. I frequently say,
Jake's quoting himself.
youth ministry would be much better without the parents.
That's right.
I say it with
You
I
say it
appreciate
as a parent,
sports, too.
like I'm a,
yeah. But
sport,
I say it with sports too. Like
yeah,
youth
T-ball.
sports would be
T-ball would be much better without the parent.
amen, right?
Yeah.
But it can't happen
That's
without
right.
it. So let's give some points, some things that we can rally around to learn about how do we navigate, how do we support parents, how do we deal with in our ministry parents who we don't get along with.
Yeah, and so
Because they're going to be there is what I'm saying.
100% they're going to be there. If you do youth ministry long enough,
Yeah.
it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And maybe it happens on day one.
Yeah, there you go.
I think the first thing we have to acknowledge is you have to do everything in your power to make sure that everything is right and clear according to you, right? So
Yeah.
especially if listen, I'm not talking about if you've been a complete jerk or you've actually done something wrong and they don't like you.
Different
That's
story.
different,
Yeah.
right? If you know that could be true about you, if there's an issue, if there's something you've done wrong, if they have a legit reason not
Yeah.
to like you, then
Yeah.
you've got to go deal with it.
100%.
You've got to
every time.
Yeah, exactly. Humble yourself.
Yes.
Fall on the sword. Ask for forgiveness. Like
That's not what we're talking
that's
about.
not what
here.
we're talking
Yeah.
about, right?
Yeah.
But
Good
but
reminder.
even after that, and maybe sometimes especially after that, but
Yeah.
maybe even after you've made up, or if it's just a personality issue, I think we have to acknowledge that, like the couple of parents that I'm kind of thinking of specifically here, we're never going to get along. Our
Okay.
personalities are radically different.
Oil and water.
We are. We're oil and water. They're
Yeah.
good people.
Yeah.
They are. And I would like to think that I'm,
Yeah.
my motivations are pure,
Or
right?
that
Like,
they think you are.
yeah, like it's not there's never been a wrong.
Mhm.
We are just not going to get along. And so I think one of the things I had to realize at some point was we're probably never going to get along. We're probably never going to be like best buds, hanging out, drinking coffee.
Yeah.
There is an outcome that at some point we may, but it's
Yeah.
also okay to accept that as long as there's no kernel of like wrongdoing, there may just be a personality issue
Yeah.
that you're never going to be
That's
like
good.
BFF with these people.
That's
and we have
good.
to kind of accept that and be like, okay, so now what?
A third one is don't let it impact their relationship. This youth pastor to parent relationship. This might be volatile. This might be rough,
Yeah.
right? But we still have Sarah.
That's right.
That is very important. We
Great
both
point.
love Sarah, right? The parents are probably
That's
going to
right.
love Sarah more.
Yeah,
Let's
sure,
just
sure,
be
sure.
honest. But we both want what's best. So
Yeah.
it's not, hey, Sarah, your dad, he's a
Yeah.
jerk.
That's
you know,
right.
like that's not going to help anything. Like even if Sarah's having a bad day and Sarah's like, my mom, she's such a pain. You're like, yeah, she is.
Tell
You
me
know,
about
like
it.
Sarah, man, that's a tough season to
Yeah.
be in. You know, God calls us to honor our parents. Like,
Yeah.
tell me more about this in your life
That's right.
versus kindling that fire because it'd be really good it'd feel really good to you tag
Yeah,
team with the
that's
parent.
right.
But then what's going to happen? That student's going to go talk to the parent, and then you're going to
Yeah.
have a real big issue.
Yeah, we don't
again.
ever want. You said it. We don't ever want to undermine parents. So that's a good word. That like, yeah, that the issue you have with the parents can't impact that issue.
The other one, I like how you said this humility side, is that if we can humble ourselves in such a way that we don't give them any more ammo, right?
Yeah.
Like if a parent's issue is, man, I didn't know there was this trip happening this weekend. And you're like, well, did you not see the Instagram post that I posted 12 times?
Yeah.
Well, next time I don't want to give that parent more ammo, right? I'm going to make sure that I'm going to send that email. It's in the church bulletin. I'm going to focus to whatever the case may be. I'm not going to do more of
That's right.
that.
That's right. I had this is a different, you're going to think, oh, Andy has a lot of parents that don't like him, right? I wouldn't say these parents don't like me. I would say that we're very different in our personality. But there's a lot of mutual respect. They volunteer in our church. They lead small groups. And so a lot of times I'll teach. They're in the audience. They'll go lead small group.
Yeah.
I would say that we have a very different sense of humor.
Okay.
And they are in the second row last Sunday. And I have this moment to make a joke, and I should have probably not made it, right? It was one of those spur of the moment jokes.
Yes.
It wasn't
I know what you're talking
irreverent,
about.
but it was it was just a little like, it was 12-year-old humor, right?
Okay.
Which I kind of tend to operate on that level anyway.
Yeah.
As I make the joke, I make eye contact with the dad, and I just watch this like disappointment.
I like should not have looked that way.
But it was that moment of
For the last 19 minutes, I did not look that way.
I know, and
now
then I look at it,
yeah.
and like it was that moment of me thinking like, okay, I just gave this guy a little more ammo in his man. Andy and I are very different.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying change the way you. That's a little bit different example, but it's to your point. Sometimes we do things that give people ammo.
Yeah, unpack this one of honor the parents.
Man, I led a small group of guys for about 7 years, Sunday after Sunday, about 5 guys, and from the time they were in 7th grade to 12th grade. We had issues come up a lot because there's friction between parents and teenagers. Yeah, it's one of the reasons I love youth ministries, because my daughter is in a small group right now, and I know that she talks about us. Right?
Yeah.
We have a moment, right? In those moments, we have a choice, and the choice is: am I going to sit here and we need to allow that venting, because I think that venting's healthy, right? And I'm not talking about the parents are doing anything that's harmful, right, or unethical, right? If a parent's if we find out there's some harm going on, we got to act.
Of course.
I'm just talking about run of the mill.
Yep.
You know, we're going to lean into this and crack that parent joke, or are we going to go, you know what, right? Like I kind of honor the parent, right?
Yeah,
we can let that venting happen, but our posture has to be, you know, I'm on your parents' team here.
Yeah, of course.
Right? This is a safe space for you to have this moment.
But we have the same desire.
That's right.
To
and
see
it's
you
especially
grow closer to
true when
Christ.
we're not like always on the same page with their parents.
That's
right. Like we have to be like,
Yeah, which I'll just bring us home on this one. When it becomes unhealthy, right? When it's reached that tipping point that maybe it's above you. Bring somebody else in.
That's right.
Like me, I wish I would do this so much sooner. I think I can handle this. I can handle this. And then it's a really big deal. Man, bring somebody in early on. Grab your senior pastor, another parent, a trusted youth ministry individual, and just kind of nip it in the bud.
That's right. Yeah, we got to. We have to do that, because the last thing we would ever want is something to escalate to the point where it actually does impact our ability to do ministry, right?
Yeah.
So that's a good word.
And thanks so much for hanging around today. I was going to say thanks so much for participating, but I haven't heard from them at all yet.
They're not, they will participate.
I would love for you to participate. That's right. So as you see this, give us your ideas of how you get along with parents that maybe don't like you. We'd love to hear that.
Sounds so funny to say.
It's so true, but it's so, I was going to say, it's so on the nose. So anyway, thanks for what you do. Until next time, we'll see you later.